Néstor.
So, before I introduce her properly with some facts of her work and her person, my name is Fabian Lluís Pasamonte. I'm an actor and filmmaker. And when I started feeling into who is Erica Rivas, I discovered this quote from a Buddhist sutra, very old, and that's what she is to me. The human spirit is endowed with the ability to transform even the most difficult circumstances to create value with a richer and deeper meaning. When each person makes this limitless spiritual capacity flourish, and when anonymous citizens unite in the commitment to generate positive change, a culture of peace will without fail emerge, ushering in the century of life. This is Erica for me. De nada. Okay, Erica, you were born in Ramos Mejia, a town in La Matanza Partido, 14 kilometers away from the city center of Buenos Aires in Argentina. Your ancestors come from Spain, Italy, and from the indigenous people of Argentina. You have 3 siblings, right?
Yes.
And you are a mother.
Yes.
After graduating from Colegio Emmaus,
Yes.
you studied psychology at the Universidad de Buenos Aires. However, you dropped out in the 4th year to dedicate yourself to acting and to studying literature and theater. For all of her 100,000s of fans, and I'm one of them, this was a good decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're an actress and comedian on stage, in cinema and television. You won great public recognition with the sitcom Casados con Hijos, the Argentinian version of Married with Children. They had this in Germany too. Where she played Maria Elena Fuseneco, right? Erica, you became internationally recognized with your leading role in Wild Tales, Relatos Salvajes, where we just saw her as a bride. When this film was released in cinemas, it was one of the most successful films in Argentina from 2010 to 2019. In 2015, it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film at the Academy Awards. For your work in the film, you were awarded the Premios Cóndor de la Plata as Best Supporting Actress and received the Premio Sur for Best Actress. It's right? You won many awards for Best Actress with your films and series. To name just a few, you twice won the Best Actresses Award from the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Science of Argentina, and you were nominated twice more. You won the prize of Best Actress at the Havana Film Festival in Cuba for Los Sonambulos. We're going to see a scene from this film later. And I mention this because Cuba has a wonderful cinema, so I think that's a great prize to win it in Havana. In your early career, you participated in series such as De Poeta y de Loco, 1996, Archivo Negro, 1997, Gasoleros, 1998, Campeones, 1999, Calientes, 2000, Por eso palpitar, 2000, El Sodero de mi vida, 2001, and Sol Negro, 2003, among many others. Your filmography includes films such as Garaje el Olimpo, 1999, El Finger en la Llaga, 1996, Una Novia Errante in 2006, and Chile 672, also in 2006. Recently you performed in the series 23 Pares, directed by your friend Albertina Cari, and in El Profugo by Natalia Meta. And El Profugo was in the official competition of the Berlinale last year, 2020. And this is where I met Erica. Even if it's hard to understand how you did it, besides all the screen work, you played a lot of theater on big stages and on small stages. currently in your own production, ¿Qué pasa hoy acá? What's going on here today? Together with Martin Recimuzzi. We will talk about this later. So, it's an incredible joy and honor to have you here. The guest of honor at the 5th edition of the Berlin TV Series Festival. Please, another big welcome to Erica. We will talk in, I will ask her in English and she will speak in Spanish and then I'll translate. Gracias por venir.
Gracias a vos por todas estas cosas que buscaste.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Bien?
Muy bien, sí, gracias por venir.
She's good. Thank you for coming, she says. If I understood right, you made the wish or decision to become an actress when you're a small girl. Tell us about it. How did this happen? How did this happen to you?
¿Vos decís cuando dejé la psicología o
No,
antes?
no,
Lo
antes.
que hablamos ayer.
Sí.
Cuando era chica empecé a darme cuenta de que cuando mentía me divertía mucho.
When she was a small girl, she recognized that she loves to lie.
Y que esas mentiras podían tener un lugar en la fantasía que me era un refugio.
Okay, and in her fantasy, these lies were her a refugee.
En ese momento en Argentina se estaba viviendo el final de la dictadura militar.
At this time in history, it was the end of the dictatorship, in the military dictatorship in Argentina.
Cuando empecé a ver que lo que yo hacía, observando ciertas cosas, podía hacer reír, sentí que ese era el lugar donde yo quería quedarme siempre.
Okay, when she realized there's a space where she can laugh or make people laugh, she realized that's her place in life.
Lo descubrí en 5º grado en el primario, no sé si acá es lo mismo.
Yeah, like in 5th grade, you discovered this.
Con una maestra que era profesora de matemática y yo no sabía que era actriz.
She had a math teacher and she didn't know that she's also an actress.
Hizo un curso de actuación para los chicos de esa edad.
She made a theater course, an acting course for young people of her age.
Y nos propuso hacer a nuestras maestras.
Ah, okay. And they asked her to imitate their teachers.
Me sentí muy emocionada.
She was very emotional.
Porque había estado observándolas muchísimo y me encantaba pensar en que podía hacerlas con mi cuerpo.
She was observing them a lot, and she was fascinated what she could do with her body.
Entonces todos empezamos a hacerlas. Y
So all started to imitate the teachers.
yo elegía una muy graciosa que era una de las típicas maestras a favor de la dictadura.
Oh, she chose one teacher who was one of the typical persons in favor of the dictatorship.
Y empecé a balancearme como ella y a pegar esos gritos.
And she started to move like her and gritos, to
Shout.
to shout like to yell at people like her.
Entonces todos, la profesora empezó a llamar a todo el mundo para que viera lo que yo hacía.
So the teacher called everyone to come there to see what she's doing.
A la maestra esa también.
Also to the teacher she was imitating.
Y lo que me sorprendió es que no solamente todos disfrutaban de eso, sino que ella también se reía.
So what surprised her that everyone had fun, and also the teacher who she was imitating enjoyed it.
Fue un poco raro porque me empezó a querer y eso me produjo un poquito de extrañamiento.
So this felt strange for her.
ella me empezó a querer.
Oh, and the teacher, which she didn't like so much, started liking her.
Descubrí que eso era un gran lugar, un lugar de poder muy grande y no me quise ir nunca más de ahí.
So she felt that this is a place of a lot of power, and she wanted never to leave this place. Great. And Erica, so you later on, you were a student of psychology at university. How did this study proceed to becoming such a skilled and charismatic actress?
Thank you for the charismatic thing. Mis padres son universitarios, primera generación que ha podido llegar a la universidad.
Her parents are first generation people who could study in university, and they are professors of university.
Yes, my mother is, mi mamá es doctora
you can say it in English, Erica.
My mother is doctor in literature, and my father is a kind of mathematic, I don't know. Y para ellos era muy importante que yo siguiera en la universidad.
Okay, and for her parents it was very important that she stays at university.
Ellos creían que la actuación tenía que ver con, me decían, son todos putos y drogadictos.
Wow. Her parents thought or told her all the people who have to do with acting are whores and drug addicts.
No digo que no tenían razón.
She doesn't say they were right.
Pero me gustaba estar en ese mundo.
But she loved to be in the world of acting.
Y me decían siempre que no podían ayudarme, que no iban a poder darme ningún recurso para vivir de la actuación y que no sabían si yo tenía talento.
And her parents told her they will not support her economically, don't give her any money, and and they didn't know if she's talented enough to do this job.
Entonces empecé a estudiar psicología porque además me dijeron que si no estudiaba en una universidad me tenía que ir de mi casa.
Wow, and they told her if she's going to do this, she has to leave the house.
Entonces empecé la carrera y empecé también porque sentí que me podía ayudar en la actuación. Y después me di cuenta de que a medida que pasaban los años era todo lo contrario. Me estaba empezando no iba a poder ser buena psicóloga y no iba a poder ser buena actriz si seguía psicología.
Okay, and later on she realized she couldn't be a good actress nor a good psychologist if she keeps on studying psychology.
Porque lo que me pasaba era que como actriz me identificaba con todos los cuadros psicopáticos, por ejemplo.
So she identified with all the illustrations and pictures of psychopaths.
Estaba como Isabel Bonerre, con la pierna. Y no podía lograr eso que se necesitaba para la psicología de la distancia.
Okay, she realized she couldn't get into having a distance like you need in psychology.
Entonces, y después de haber tenido a mi hija, y en un momento además en el que nadie me llamaba como actriz, decidí dejar la psicología igual porque sentí que me estaba haciendo muy infeliz.
And later, when she already gave birth to her daughter and nobody was calling her anymore for acting jobs, she decided that psychology definitely not going to make her happy.
Me di cuenta en lo que se dice la depresión postparto, que es tan conocida. Empecé a hacer una obra de teatro sobre una poeta uruguaya que se llama Marosa di Giorgio. Sí, sí.
In a phase of post-birth depression, she made a 1-hour theater piece of an Uruguayan writer.
Marosa Di Giorgio.
Eso no entiendo.
Sí, Marosa Di Giorgio es una poeta que hace poesía erótica y que me volvió a dar las ganas de actuar. La vi una vez en el escenario porque ella también era actriz.
She's a Uruguayan writer and she writes erotic poetry. And Erica, you saw her on stage because she's also an actress.
Y a pesar de que tuve que dejar porque no me vino a ver nadie,
She had to cancel the show because nobody was coming to see her.
nobody,
Nobody.
no one, nor two, nobody. Okay. Y eso para mí fue muy terrible, pero creo que no se puede estar peor. Entonces dije, ok, esto es lo peor.
Wow. So she realized it couldn't get any worse because this is the worst.
Toda maquillada, ¿no? Toda maquillada.
Completely in makeup, prepared,
Esperando a la gente.
waiting for the people.
Sí.
For her first, was it your first theater?
¿Cómo se llamaba? No,
No,
el lugar.
igual. Sí.
El lugar se llamaba Café Rivas.
Café Rivas. Okay, the place was called Café Rivas. So you were waiting all in makeup, prepared that people would come.
Sitting in the bathroom, crying, all dressed. And I say, this is the worst thing. Okay, now everybody said to me, you were fantastic in that play.
Later they told you.
Nobody's seen it.
Nobody's seen it. Oh wow.
Pero siento que ahora la gente me dice, tenés que volver a hacerlo.
Wow.
Y la poca gente que vino le gustó.
Okay, so now people tell her all the time, you should do this again. And the few people who saw it said it was fantastic.
Bueno, cuento esto para no sé, saber que yo sé que puedo resurgir. Yo creo que eso es una de las cosas que me hizo ver que puedo.
So she was telling about this because she realized she can survive. That's the thing she learned from this.
Eso.
Okay. So I have learned that I think we have some actresses here and actors. So I would like to know about choreography because I've learned that you work with a choreographer on set. Please tell us about the work process.
¿Cómo empiezo? Mi amiga Albertina Carri me había mandado un guión para hacer.
Her friend Alberta Cari, a director, sent her a script.
Había escrito un guión escribió un guión y es una película que vamos a filmar, pero no tenemos presupuesto.
She sent her the script of a film she wrote and which they're going to do, but until now they don't have the budget.
Que se trata sobre un hombre chancho.
It's about a crazy guy.
Yes, but it's a pig.
It's about chancho. Sí, claro, it's about.
Yes.
It's about a pig man.
Y ella me pidió si no podía ser a una madre encantadora.
She asked if you couldn't be
un personaje que era una madre encantadora, me dijo.
Okay, encantadora como
Maravillosa.
A wonderful mother was her part.
Yo le dije, de ninguna manera voy a hacer a la madre encantadora, yo quiero hacer al hombre chancho.
Okay. She said by no meaning she would play the wonderful mother, she wants to be the pigman. And just that you understand, sometimes Erica is from Buenos Aires and they speak porteño. She speaks very porteño, which is the dialect of the big city, and sometimes I don't understand her because I speak Spanish from Spain.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, I just want to...
Okay.
So you decided you want to be the pigman.
Yes. Haceme un casting. Le
Please
dije.
make me a casting for this.
Para prepararme no sabía cómo hacer cómo hacer a un hombre chancho.
When she prepared it, she didn't know how do you prepare a pigman.
Me acordé de una amiga que había tenido hacía muchos años en una escuela de actuación que se había convertido en una gran coreógrafa.
So she remembered a colleague from acting school who became nowadays a very good choreographer.
Y la volví a llamar
And she called her.
y le pedí que preparáramos al hombre chancho.
And she asked her, can you please prepare the pigman with me?
En el proceso de preparar el casting me di cuenta de que necesitaba ese lugar dentro de mi trabajo muchísimo y lo había necesitado siempre.
So then she realized in this work process with the choreographer that she needs this work, this tool in her preparation and in her set work, and she would never leave it alone again.
Entonces, a partir de ese momento empecé a convocarla para preparar mis personajes en el sentido físico.
So from that moment, she focused her work on the physic part of the acting work.
Y para los directores y directoras a los que les daba mucho miedo convocar a una persona más adentro del set.
So this frightened the directors on set to have another person there on the side of Erica.
Empezaron a ver lo que significaba su trabajo, lo que aportaba su trabajo y muchos no quisieron despegársela de al lado.
No quieren despegarse?
No quieren...
Okay, so they feared and they sensed what this means to their work, and they didn't want the choreographer on their side, the directors.
Digo coreografía no por decir una persona que piense los momentos de baile, está claro, ¿no?
So this is not about a choreography for someone who's dancing, because of course in most of the scripts there's no dancing scene. It's not about that.
Siento que la danza ha estado experimentando en unas dimensiones que necesitamos en el cine.
She realized that the dance, the art of dancing, is at a place, at a good place, which we need for cinema.
El movimiento del cuerpo en el plano, la repetición de los movimientos.
The moment in the shoot, no, in the scene of the body and the repetition of the movements.
El lugar de donde sale la voluntad del movimiento.
The place where the voluntary start of the movement, where the voluntary movement starts.
La pelea que el cuerpo tiene con la cabeza.
The struggle the head has with the body.
Y muchas cosas más.
And a lot of more things. Can you show us, Erica?
¿Qué?
Eso, just an example. You be the choreographer, I'm Erica.
Ah, bueno.
Just one example, yeah?
Dale.
Okay.
Okay. Te voy a decir una cosa que me pasó una
¿Puedes
vez.
probar en inglés?
Ah, yes. I'm going to tell you something.
You're the choreographer, I'm Erica Rivas.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to do one movement like something. I am not my choreographer. I am the director now.
Okay.
after I am
Understand.
going to do my choreography.
Okay.
You have to do this movement, you know, because this mother wants to kill her baby. You have to do this one, like Medea, something like that. And you don't trust in this. You don't trust in this movement
I'm sorry.
because you don't want to kill your baby, real. You don't want to do that. I am the conscience of you.
Okay.
But you have to do that.
Okay.
Kill your baby. You have to do that because mothers are like that. You don't trust in this movement, you know? So my choreographer said to me, okay, you think about this. You do the movement and you show us that you are not trusting in this movement. So it's another layer.
That you don't trust in this movement. You show that you don't trust in this.
You said something,
Okay.
I am here, but I don't know. I don't know why I am here.
Oh, you're doubting, yeah.
I don't know why I am here. It's something that I don't know, you know. I have to do that, but it's nothing that. It's another dimension.
I love it. Thank you. So, thank you for this. I learned something already in the masterclass. Josh, can we see, please, La Luz Incidente? So, thank you. In this really great film, microphone, sorry. In this really good film, I liked it a lot, about a woman in the 60s whose husband dies and her surrounding don't give her space to sorrow, but pushes your character to marry again in the 60s. Your character talks very little in the entire movie while telling a story precisely. I mean, you who didn't see the movie, could you guess what the scene was about?
Yes.
What do you think?
I saw that her husband died, yes.
Yeah, you saw it,
Yes.
okay. And I would like to know, how did you do this to tell a story very precisely and emotional without using words?
Bueno, pienso que muchas veces el cine está redundando con la palabra, porque la imagen es muy fuerte y con la palabra se redunda.
So she thinks that lots of times the words are redundant because the images are very strong already, so the words on top are double.
Siento que soy de las actrices que piden que le saquen letra.
Okay, she's one of the actresses who asked the directors to cut words from the text, from the script.
En el cine, ¿no? En
In
el
the-
teatro
in
es
cinema.
distinto.
In theater it's different.
En este caso yo quise experimentar el derecho a estar triste.
Okay, in this film she... ¿Puedes decirlo otra vez? Estoy un
¿qué?
poco emocionado.
Ay, qué amor. No, quise experimentar el derecho a estar triste.
She wanted to have the right to experiment with being sad in this work.
Tengo una abuela que había vivido la muerte de su marido muy joven.
She has a grandmother who lived her life after her husband was killed very young.
Her husband is my
Yeah,
grandfather, but I don't know anything about him.
you never met him.
No. And this sadness came to me so muy seguido.
Okay, so this sadness came to her very fast.
Y pensé que actuándolo iba a poder entender un poco más.
And she was expecting that if she acts so sad, she could understand more about your family.
Yes, about
Yeah.
my family, about this sadness, that this kind of melancholy that
Okay.
I never understand. And I don't know, it's something that I like, the melancholic thing. And it's something that I think that las mujeres creo que tenemos el derecho a estar tristes.
She thinks that us women, I mean not me, but all you women, have to have the right to be sad. And men too, no?
Yes. Yes. Everybody. Pero hay algo también en la lucha feminista, creo que estamos todo el tiempo diciendo no nos queremos victimizar, no queremos ser las víctimas, somos las víctimas.
Okay, she says in the feminist movement, a lot of women say we don't want to be the victims. We don't want to be the victims, but they are the victims.
Entonces, este derecho a estar triste, siento que es algo que me hizo explorar porque tiene muchas aristas. En ese momento, en 1960, una mujer tenía que casarse enseguida porque no tenía otra opción.
Okay, she wanted to go into this sadness because in the 1960s in Argentina, in the society, a woman couldn't be alone. She had to be married. If her husband died, she had to marry again.
Ese lugar para estar triste no lo tenía.
There was no place for being sad.
Entonces, me gustaba poder explorarlo y entender por qué nos viene tan bien esa melancolía, esa necesidad de compartir nuestro dolor también. No sé, no sé si estoy diciendo bien, pero los parámetros en los que se basa esta película, que tienen que ver con ese derecho y otros de las mujeres en ese momento.
So the parameters of this film has to do with the right of women to be sad.
Yes,
Right.
and to
to
be free.
And to be free, yeah. Ah, it's in English, yeah.
Yes. No. Era algo que era difícil de que también el director lo pudiera entender.
No podía?
No.
Okay. It was very difficult because the director didn't understand that.
¿Y el director era hombre?
Sí,
Who wrote the script?
el director.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Ariel
Rota, right?
Sí.
Yeah, he directed and wrote the script, like
Ay,
autor
estoy pensando que esto se va a pasar en Argentina. Ok, no, después creo que lo entendió, pero él no quería hacer ese corte, digamos, feminista con respecto a una mujer de esa clase social, no tenía otra opción que casarse.
Okay, so later on he understood, but he didn't want to make the cut that a woman in the 60s had to marry again.
Y necesitaba ver a esa mujer bella.
He wanted the woman to be beautiful.
Triste, pero bella.
Sad, but beautiful.
Y yo necesitaba, ay, te voy a decir una palabra bien porteño.
Porteño.
Mugre, ¿sabes lo que es?
Mugre? No tengo.
Dirty things.
Ah, okay.
Por ejemplo, en momentos en donde ella estaba a la noche deambulando por su casa.
So at the film, when they shot the scene that she was at home at night,
yo necesitaba pensar que el sonido iba a ser sus hijas llorando.
So she had the feeling that the sound in the scene should be her listening to her two daughters crying.
Pero después no lo puso y no me importaba.
But later on they didn't put this sound and she didn't care. She doesn't care.
Porque creo que lo que escuchaba realmente ella era eso.
Because what she really thought that in this scene, that was what she was listening. So just to explain it, she was sitting on a sofa in the house and the director asked her to do something and
Yes, sit down like this.
sit down beautiful and
Look
she needed for herself to hear her daughters crying in the other room, but they didn't want to give her that.
Por eso otra de las cosas que vengo a compartir es el valor del sonido en el
Yes.
cine.
So for her, another thing she wants to share with you is the value of the sound in the cinema.
Que no tiene tiempo, sino que tiene otro tipo de espacio.
It needs to have space,
Sí, un espacio sin tiempo.
a space without time for the sound.
Yes.
Can you explain this a little more?
Yes. Recomiendo las charlas de Lucrecia Martel para que esto sea mejor explicado.
Vamos a hablar de eso.
Okay.
Tenemos ya. She recommends the lectures of Lucrecia
Martel.
Martel, but we're gonna get into this later. So
Okay.
we get back to the sound, and I would love to show you another sequence from Erica's work.
¿Qué pasó? Ana está toda lastimada.
No sé.
¿Cómo no sé?
Déjalo que se vaya.
Ustedes, está toda lastimada.
Déjalo que se vaya.
Hablan conmigo.
Always crying.
So, in this very strong and touching film, about, no, this was the other one. Sorry, I'm confused. So, in this close portrait of family relationships and the dynamics, the daughter of your character in the film gets raped by a family member. Your mother yourself. How did you manage to play this character so intense and very powerful and truthful and survive this work?
Vamos a llorar todos.
We're all gonna cry.
Okay. Hay una cosa que descubrimos las mujeres cuando nos juntamos que se llama sororidad.
There's a thing women discovered when they're together, which is solidarity.
Sorority.
Sisterhood. Sorry, okay, thank you.
Eso es la capacidad que tenemos de vivir el dolor de la otra.
It is the capacity to live the pain of the other.
Cuando una sabe lo que pasa como mujer y después de haber salido, como yo digo, del closet feminista,
When one knows what happens to the other and how she calls it after being out of the closet of feminism,
no hay forma de ocultar eso, ese sentimiento, esa capacidad.
there's no way of hiding this feeling and this capacity.
para mí era muy importante poder hablar de los abusos intrafamiliares.
It was very important for her to talk about the inner family abuse.
Y no tuve que hacer mucho esfuerzo para entrar en ese dolor.
It was not much. It was not difficult for her to enter into this pain.
Solamente dejarme llevar por lo que ya sé que pasa.
She just had to ride on what she knew was already happening.
Y una de las cosas que más me interesó de esta película es que después del final
One of the things she was interested in this film was that after the final,
viene una parte cada vez peor.
there comes a part even worse.
Porque tenemos justicia patriarcal,
Because we have a patriarchic justice,
tenemos ciencia patriarcal.
we have patriarchic science.
Es muy difícil contener estos momentos del después del abuso.
It's very difficult
Ay, no sé cómo se dice.
it's very difficult to contain this moment after the abuse in this society, right?
Yes, I think that, I don't know how it's here, but in every place is very strange to manage.
So because in Europe it's a little bit different, the system, but by patriarchic justice and patriarchic science you mean basically a male, masculine influenced justice and science.
It's really European.
It is?
also.
Okay.
Yes.
No, just the word patriarchic is not so much used in Europe.
In Germany maybe, because in Germany...
In Germany not, exactly. In Spain, yes, also. But in Germany not.
For machismo
So,
in Germany.
no, of course you're right, it's the same in Europe. I was just talking about this word patriarch, that's why I wanted to clear, because it's not a very used word in German. It's more, it is about...
Really?
That's
That's
not true,
not
that's
true.
not true,
In
it's
Germany?
very...
It is?
Yes,
Okay, so I didn't hear it that much.
yeah,
Okay, but it's about, I
But
didn't
in
want
the
to...
feminist environment.
yes,
Yeah.
it is very...
No, I didn't want to discuss content, just the wording. It is about a male, masculine, ruled justice and science. That's what we're
Claro.
talking about.
Digo solamente un ejemplo como para ponernos un poco menos tristes, pero
She
igual.
wants to tell an example to make us maybe a little less sad.
Pero esta sociedad construyó fosas para arreglar autos,
So this society invented this in the fabrics. When the cars get constructed, the constructors are underneath the car, you know, in this industry factories.
o en los lugares para arreglar los motores,
Or in the repair, in the garages.
pero no para parir. Tenemos que parir acostadas.
But if you're a woman and you give birth, they don't have this. You have to open your legs.
Armaron lugares enormes para poner los autos y trabajar abajo,
They are big places. They have put big places for working on the cars from underneath,
pero no para poder parir tranquilas.
but not for giving birth quietly.
Solo para dar un ejemplo.
Just to make an example.
A partir de eso podemos pensar que nada está construido para nosotras.
So this shows that nothing is built for women,
Y menos para una mujer que acaba de ser abusada.
and especially not for a woman who's just been abused.
No se sabe cómo tratarla,
Nobody knows, or they don't know how to treat her.
ni médicos,
Not the doctors,
ni abogados,
not the lawyers,
ni madres,
not the mothers,
porque no podemos ni siquiera imaginarlo del dolor que nos da, ¿no?
because they cannot imagine the pain that this leaves behind.
Y siento que poder poner esto en el cine nos abre la mirada.
And she believes that putting this in cinema opens the point of view.
Es mi humilde aporte.
It's her decent. It's her decent way to contribute to this.
No sé si se podrá hacer algo, pero sí sé que no hay muchas películas sobre abuso intrafamiliar.
She doesn't know so much what else to do, but there are not many films about inner family abuse.
Y es donde las mujeres más somos violadas
And it's where the women are violated the most
y asesinadas.
and killed.
Entonces me parece importante que podamos pensar que hay que empezar a hablar de esto.
So Erica thinks it's important to start talking about this.
I never have ay, no sé cómo I never like to be a famous like an actress. I really need to act, to play things and to get another kind of world. For that reason, I don't like to share these kind of things that probably it will be something better for my career, and my career is something that in Spanish, carrera is something that you run, you know, and I am not running for any place, and I want to do my things to have another world. So in that direction I am working all day long and in all my life. For that reason I link the feminism with the anti-especism, and I think that I have to do this to improve myself and to be another kind of person, and to make another person to think about it, to feel another thing, and to have another kind of questions of world. No sé si se entiende, ¿está bien? No.
El último parte no, dime en español, solo el último parte de
Lo que quiero es generar preguntas
Yeah.
para que la gente se pregunte sobre otro tipo de mundo.
Okay.
What she really wants is that people asking themselves questions about another kind of world. So, going a bit more deeper in this painful subject, this year in January, a law has passed that abortion in Argentina is illegal this year, 2021. Can you describe this moment in history and what it means for women and for you personally? Because I know you've been very active about this subject.
Yes. In one way, when I started to be an actress, I never thought that that I have to say that I am feminism because too many people think about me things that I don't want it. Because I don't want to conquer.
So, for example, no, muy bien. Solo, for example, what do they think of you? What you don't want to be?
Yo quería conquistar a la gente que no pensara lo mismo que yo.
She wants to conquer the people who don't think the same things that she thinks.
Entonces, si yo decía, ok, soy feminista, iba a ponerme en otro lugar de esas personas a las que quiero hacerles pensar otra cosa.
Okay, so if she says I'm a feminist, she's gonna make these people put her in a different place where she wants them to think in a different way.
Pero en el 2016 hubo un caso de una mujer que fue asesinada muy cruelmente.
But in 2016 there was a case in Argentina of a woman who was murdered very, very cruel.
Me llamaban mujeres de otros países
So women from other countries called her
para compartirme el dolor,
to share the pain,
diciéndome que no podían olvidarla a Lucía.
to tell her that they couldn't forget about Lucia, that was the woman who was murdered.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
What happened? What happened?
Y un grupo de periodistas, de mujeres activistas,
A group of journalists and activist women,
armaron una marcha
they started a march, they organized a march,
bajo una premisa que se llamó Ni una menos.
and the motto, the premise for the march was not one less.
Entonces me preguntaron si no podía leer parte de un petitorio.
So they asked her if she couldn't, just for the people who don't know, in Argentina marches are gigantic. There are lots of marches and hundreds of thousands of people go on the street. So they asked her if she couldn't read a part of a message
Yes, a message to the government.
to the government of Argentina.
And I realized that these women habían entendido el sentido de lo que hago.
And she realized that these women who asked her, the journalists and the activists, understood something about what she does.
Y decidí hacerlo.
And she decided to do it.
Me gané muchísimos enemigos,
She won a lot of enemies,
pero me gané muchísimas amigas.
and she won a lot of friends. And
Y-
just I wanted to say, because that wasn't clear, like for the series Erica did, yeah, casadas con hijos, married with children, she was a household person. Everybody knew her, everybody see her as this kind of woman, so this was a very big change, right?
Yes, because this character was another kind of feminist, feminist from the other wave, you know.
So this character she portrayed in Casado con Hijos was another kind of feminist from back in the days, from the last wave of feminism.
Las feministas que yo conocía en mi universidad,
The feminists she got to know when she was a student in university.
esas locas solas con un micrófono,
This crazy, lonesome with a microphone,
viejas,
old,
gritonas,
yelling,
que yo amaba.
that she loved.
Y ese mensaje que atravesó ese personaje this message that get through this character went to through all over the years and make so young people understand the thing that they did for us.
So, yeah.
¿Está bien? ¿Lo
Yeah.
dije bien? Okay. For that reason, I am so thankful with all the women that have had in the struggles in other ages, with all the mistakes, with all this the power, and I am so grateful with them. And now this another way, this new wave of feminism, we called la lucha de las chicas, de las jóvenes.
The fight of the young woman.
Le decimos en argentino la lucha de las pibas.
In Argentinian, it's called the fight of the chicks.
En esa marcha, in that, ¿cómo se dice march? We saw too many young people,
A lot of young people, yeah.
a lot of, yes, sorry, too
No,
many.
it's great.
A lot of young girls, so young, shouting things so truly that it was and it is so powerful. Because, you know, we have this another women that call las madres de Plaza de Mayo.
Yeah, I just explained
Yes.
the mothers of the place of May, which a lot of you might know, just for the ones who don't know, in Argentina, there up until today, a lot of mothers coming to this place in the city center, grieving and asking where their sons and daughters are, because the military dictatorship killed a lot of people and they were just obsolete. Until now you don't know where they are. So these mothers come there regularly to this place.
Yes, and now we say that they are son las nietas,
And now they are the
the
granddaughters
of these
of
women.
this woman. Yeah.
And that's a very powerful thing. And in that place of that march and every march that coming after,
All the following marches.
yes.
Yeah.
It were one community that calls Las Madres del Dolor, the pain's mother, that it was the mothers of arranged and, ¿cómo se dice? Hijas que mataron por femicidio. Es un grupo de mujeres que se juntaron, que tienen hijas asesinadas por femicidio.
Okay, so there's another group. They are called the Mothers of Pain, and these are mothers who came together because their daughters were killed because they're women.
Yes.
Yes.
And all these kind of people, of all this kind of women, were so strong together. And it's a very powerful thing to feel in this place, in the march. And we realized that we never have the peace to walk around the city with this sense of being free.
Yeah.
And that's a very strange thing because we always walk around the city, but in the march we are in peace walking around. That's something so strange. And that march, the march of 2016, was a, bueno, no sé, fue un paradigma, was a
Paradigm, yeah? No,
yes.
dilo en español y ya.
Okay.
¿Cómo sientes?
Fue paradigmática porque a partir de ahí nos dimos cuenta de que éramos muchísimas.
So this was this march in 2016 was a paradigm because they realized there's lots of them. There are many, many women.
Y me tomo el atrevimiento de decir también que esa marcha y que esa lucha fue la que despertó a las mujeres de todo el mundo, otra vez.
And she realized that this march was waking up women around the world for another time.
En realidad nos visibilizó y nos hizo unirnos.
So this made them visible and made them united.
Entonces, a partir de ahí me di cuenta, so after that march, I realized that I had something to say in another way of the actress. And the fame that I had like an actress helped me to say another things. Not with my work, that with my work is, I always work in this way, but in another, with the news and with the, no sé cómo se dicen, reportajes.
Yeah, documentary, like news reports. And the daily news.
Claro, when somebody asks me things about my career or if I like to fuck in the kitchen or in the bathroom, I like to say all these another kind of things that are very important and not that bullshit things.
Yeah.
And for me it was a very important thing, and I think that it's something that me sostiene,
Hold you together.
hold me together.
So when we were talking before, we mentioned Lucrecia Martel, which is an inspiration. Lucrecia Martel is a wonderful filmmaker from Argentina, and she's also an activist, and she started to question some narratives in cinema and film, and relates also to series. So can you share, like, in a way that we will understand, and what's this about, and especially what this means to you?
Lucrecia Martel is an inspiration, a big inspiration, because I think that she made movies in a feminism way, because she is not following the narratives in the patriarchy way to tell, you know. We, the women, bueno, no sé cómo se dice esta palabra, tejemos, ¿cómo se dice? We sew it, okay. We sew it things, and in our meetings we share things without a direction. We share this thing, and probably we can speak of another thing, and we don't have this kind of narrative things, this kind of sense of time, you know, the past and the present and the future. We share our sensations, our sensibilities. Probably one tale is with this kind of narratives, but we have another kind of feeling. For example, the sound. For example, well, in the porn industry, we know that all is with image thing, no? Is something so
Visual.
masculine. And we know that women feels another kind of sexuality is something about another kind of dimensions, so, otros sentidos. It's not only
Senses, other senses.
it's not only the visual thing, it's the sound, it's the voice, it's something that we remember when we feel something in our back, for example, or when we say something, we say, I am talking like my mother. This is my mother. Or this is my uncle. I don't know. No? And we have another kind of tales that never have space to share with another people. So I think that it's very important to question the narratives too, the ways of telling stories, and to break down the patriarchist. We have to question everything, and in the film industry, I think that we have to do that with all our problematic way of question. No, because we know that when we question some things, we are heavy, and you are always questioning everything. You have to question everything, yes. And I have a friend of mine that are my mentors of feminism, that she said to me that you have to be the worst. Please, you have to be the best worst for us. And that's nothing to do with the pain that you going to suffer, because you will have pain. You have to get through all these things. That is not. I am not a powerful woman. I hate this kind of way of seeing us like a powerful, only one woman. No, we are not power solas, alone. We are power with all of us. So if I have the power to say things, it's because I have others to. There are hugging me. And so I probably have too many things to be a problem in a set, for example, question everything. So I know that I am, we always say, yes, we are the bitches. and they say, you are a bitch. Yes, I am saying that. I am the bitch one.
But you know what they say, bitch, being totally control of yourself. So you are when you...
This is very strange because you say, okay, I am the bitch. Okay, you are a bitch? Yes.
I love it.
Okay, but I am not, it's not feeling well. It's not something that you feel well to be the problematic person in the set, you know, but as a feminist, you have to be that place. So it's very strange to feel because you going to be, for example, in myself, for example, with illness, for example, because that's very painful to be in the medios, siendo difamada, for example.
To feel defamed, no, to feel difamadas.
No sé cómo se dice.
Defamed, diffamiert in German, defamed, yeah, to feel defamed.
And that's something so sad for me, and it's very strange to be in the gossip shows of the afternoon, my face there, or I don't know why, but that's something so painful, but I have to get through this. And it's another thing that probably too many, a lot of women doesn't share our struggles too, even if they call herself feminist. So that is the painfulest thing that you are going to get through, because you always think that the oppressor are going to be crazy with you, always. We know that, but another woman against you is very sad. It's so painful, and that's something that you have to know too. So I trust in the way of the no sé si dice esta palabra, no sé cómo se dice, pero the construct, no sé si se dice así, of ourselves, and we have a path that in like we say that we are a movement, we have to move ourselves and we have to believe in that movement and that we have inside of us. Probably another woman doesn't understand you now. Probably I don't understand to somebody, but it's a way, it's a movement. We are always in this struggle because we all feel that it is not something good for anybody. No, women and men, everybody feel that we have to change. So, okay, we have a long way to get through, and it's something that we have to do. And it's painful, and it's strange, and it's very probably you can por ahí vos podés quedar en el camino.
You can stay in this way.
Bueno, esto lo voy a decir en castellano porque me duele un montón, pero no sé. En esa marcha del 2016 había mujeres que estaban pidiendo por sus hijas.
In this march in 2016, there were women who were asking for something for their daughters.
Y mi hija, que me estaba acompañando,
And her daughter, which was accompanying her,
me dijo, mamá, ella está pidiendo por su hija
y ya sabe que apareció en un basurero.
And she said, her daughter said, Mama, she's asking for her daughter, and she know that she will appear in the trash can, dead.
So we have to get through with these painful things together, because women know that when we are together we are stronger. So in my case, it's something that I have to do that.
And there's another group of women in Argentina, which you're related to and which you support. It's the Movimiento de Mujeres Indígenas por el Buen Vive, which means it's a movement of indigenous women for the good life. You have also indigenous ancestors, and when we talked about this, you explained me that it's not only about this woman being indigenous, but it's also about feminism. Tell us about this movement and what it means to you.
When I was military,
Dilo en español.
es horrible la palabra, ¿no? Militar, como que viene de militar. Pero bueno, estuve militando para sacar a las minerías en la Patagonia Argentina hace 15 años.
So she was fighting for the people in the mines.
No, para sacar a las minerías de la Patagonia que estaban haciendo minería a cielo abierto, no sé cómo se dice. To take them away, the minery things in the Patagonia, and
like mines for silver or gold or
yes,
something. Okay.
Yes, and I met a very interesting. A lot of interesting people that came from indigenous places, and they shared with me their way of living the life, you know, and to the way of they feel the planet, and they feel the places that they are living.
Can you give the example which you told me about the wind?
They told me, for example, that you can have a bath wing when you want, because
a bath in the wind.
The bath in the wind.
A bath of wind.
Yes, and I recommend that. And
That's like go into a bathtub,
Yeah.
but not with water. But okay.
Yeah,
No.
It's like you stand on a mountain on a special place and you're bathing in the wind. Like people from other cultures bathe in a hot tub.
Yeah.
These people, which Erica met, showed her to take a bath in the wind,
yes.
which I love this image.
Yes, and it's something that they feel the places like living thing, like something that have life. And they were not against, but in another place of feminism, because they don't feel in the feminist last way, you know, because the last way was the feminist of
Privileged elitists.
yes,
people.
we know that we have too many rights, and we are thankful with these women.
Not, we have a lot of rights, not
okay.
too many.
No, okay,
Not
sorry,
that
too many.
many.
Okay, a lot of rights from this woman, but we have to move to open us, and in that sense, they now they are asking for another rights that are very important, because you know the indigenous are the people more dejadas de lado.
They were left out, and these are the people who actually own the land,
Yes.
where all the other people came.
Yes, and they know too many things, a lot of things. they know a lot of things of the places, and in this time that we are always struggling for the planet and for the ecologic thing, they have too many things to learn, to teach us.
Teach and share.
Yes, sorry, and they are asking for 3 topics that are very sad, and they are calling the first one. They are accusing ecocidio. That is
Eco, you understand the word? Ecocide.
okay, and they are accusing of chineo. That is something that called.
Dilo en español porque
Sí,
te ayuda.
están peleando porque las niñas indígenas están siendo abusadas y matadas por niños ricos blancos, y a
Y
nadie le
estas
importa.
chicas se llaman chineas.
Les dicen chinitas.
Chinitas. So there's a word in Argentinian Spanish. It's called chinitas. So, and the indigenous woman, one of the main of this movement, one of the main topics is that white young man,
Rich.
and rich,
European.
they take their daughters, the young indigenous woman, and they abuse them, and then they kill him.
With the
Them.
complicity with the church and with the government, no, we know that, with the schools too, and nobody says anything because they are indigenous. The other thing that they are asking for is called el cacicazgo. That is something because el Estado argentino ha reparado en algunos casos a los indígenas devolviéndoles sus espacios.
So this cacicazgo is the third topic. It means like almost a case, because the Argentinian government, they made what is called reparation and gave indigenous the bosses of the tribes, which were men, they gave them reparation money for the land they stole.
Le dan el lugar.
Oh, they give them the place. They give the place back, which they stole before.
Claro. Y los caciques venden los lugares y dejan a las mujeres con sus hijos en los peores espacios dentro de ese espacio grande que les dan.
So the chiefs of the tribes, they sell this land, and they leave the women and the children in the worst parts, kind of like ghettos, and and go away with the money.
yes, as we know, the patriarchy is something around the world without a nation, without, no, is something that appears like Rita Segato says. I don't know if you know her, but I recommended her because she's a very strong woman and it's very interesting, her theory. And she said that in every place the patriarchists were in around the world. So these kind of things that they are asking for are very important, as you know, as you see, but it's something that nobody cares. You know, something that it's happening. It's like nobody cares, and they now. I think that they now are knowing that are calling themselves like anti-patriarchales, not feminism, but anti-patriarchales. They are coming, no? And I think that is very important because they realized that these things are important for the world, not for one nation or two, not for one place or two. It's about all the world. We know now with the ecologist things that when something happens in one part of the world, happens in all over the world. So we have to fight for these kind of things because we are in the same place together. It's not important if you are here and if I am in Argentina. We all are together because you going to feel the things that happen in Argentina in one time, no? And I will feel things that happen here that in Argentina in another time, or no. In this way, I feel that it's working the sorority. So for that reason, I think that men can understand our struggles too, because I think that they are all feeling our pain too, and they are feeling the patriarchist things in their bodies too, and in their siblings or daughter, or no, it's not something so hard to see if you are a little bit sensitive. And I think that that is something so important for the feminists too, that have men that want to share our struggles too. In the same way that I feel that this way is transversal, is the way of transversal fights, because now we are realize that the fights are for the oppression, for the eliminate the oppressions. For that reason, I link the feminist with the indigenous fights, with the animalist fights too, with the colonialism fights too, because it's the same. It's all the same. Sorry for my English.
No, so Erica, I have like 100 more questions and things I want to know, but we have not so much time, and I want our wonderful audience give a little space to ask some questions. I don't know, the microphone doesn't have a long cable.
But the room is
small. So please, who wants to ask something to Erica?
I tell you everything.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's the reaction of the industry. So the producers and broadcasters you work with, the funding agencies, so how they reacted to your awareness now or getting involved in all this.
Very bad. Yes. The last thing that I made was question script, comic script about this married with children series.
They wanted to make a remake of the series,
yes, no,
right?
they want to do a theater.
Theater production.
Yes,
of
production, because we have a lot of rating in the television, and everybody said to us, "You have to do another thing, please, please," because está siendo repetida desde hace 15 años con el mayor rating en el canal.
Okay, so it went on the series repeating and repeating for 15 years with the best ratings of the network.
And when I read the scripts, I thought, that's shit. So I started to talk with everybody. Everybody. Not one time. In too many times. This is too many.
Yeah.
With the producers, with the other actors, with the actresses, with the writers. Please, we have to have a feminist in here, writing things, writing jokes, because we are funny too. We are not always sad and painful. No, we have sense of humor. We can laugh. So they say, don't worry, you're going to do this, your character is a feminist. You don't have to care about this, because she's feminist. And I say, no, it's not my problem, because everybody knows that I am feminist. I don't care about this. I care about the things that, why are we laughing? Why are we laughing? If we are laughing to, se dice reírse de.
Yeah, about something.
If we are laughing about the oppressors.
If we're laughing about the oppressors, yeah. Exactly.
Or we are laughing about los opresores.
Or about the oppressed. Who are we laughing about?
Claro. So they say, no, you don't have to. No, nobody is going to hurt you, to hear you. No, everybody wants to see you shouting like a feminist. Okay. And when the ¿cómo se dice? Periodistas, the journalist asking me, you are going to do Married with Children in theater again? It's very exciting. You are, yes, but I don't know. I think that I have to read. I don't know. I am looking for another thing. I have to read. And everybody said, no, but you are going to be amazing, you are beautiful. That's the thing, no? And when the scripts came to me, after too many meetings with the producer, as I said to you, I found the jokes are so chauvinism. For example, laughing about the mustache of a woman. That's something to laugh. I don't like this joke. Okay, and I send, for example, I send them my request, my devolution about the things that I read in a private mail,
Mm-hmm.
To the producers and the writers, and they showed this mail in the gossip.
They published the email in the gossip press in
So
Argentina.
So, and they me despidieron, no?
They fired her?
Yes.
No.
And everybody said to me, now you are very strong because you te fuiste de ese programa.
You went away, you're very strong.
No, I don't go away. I want to be there. But they me despidieron.
Yeah, but they fired her.
No, it's something that is so different because I want to occupy the spaces like a feminist.
And you want to contribute to the show in this
Yes,
way.
I want to do that, but everybody think that I am the person that I don't like it because I am the feminist and I am the problematic woman, and no, it's another kind of things. And now I am here because I am me estoy curando también.
Healing.
I am healing for that thing because it was very bad for me, for my salud.
For your health.
Yes.
And you got a lot of public shit about it,
Yes.
right? People wrote about it in social media and
Yes.
yelled at you. And
Yes. And everybody said, you are an actress, you have to say the thing that they writing for you. You are an actress. Okay, it's like an object. I am like an object that I don't have to say anything. I don't have to share I have to share my emotions and my sensibilities and my tools and my history like a woman, like an actress, to do this. I am an object. I don't have another things. No, I am not an object. And these people are very powerful in the film industry, and I am only a woman. And it's so strange to feel that anybody in the industry, anybody hug me, anybody
hate you.
No, digo que no, que nadie me abrazó.
Nobody hugged you, supported you.
Yes. They say in this way you don't want to do, for example, Othello, because he is a murder of a woman. I said, what is this? What is this? You know? And in this way, I think that I'm open la mirada, the mirror, se dice.
No,
Open
the
the view. But teniéndome a mí como problemática.
But she was like the problematic person?
I don't feel that I am very powerful, and I don't feel that I tengo miedo, I have fear.
She's scared.
I'm scared, and I am thinking that I am not going to have work anymore, and I'm so scared. But I don't know. I have to do it.
And then maybe you are more powerful than you think in a positive way, in a creative way. Because I was wondering, you had negative response, but for sure you also had positive response, didn't you?
Yes, I have it. I have for another people that had read the mail, for example. That mail is amazing. They said to me, that mail is amazing. I want to tatuarme el mail. But I don't wrote that mail to share with everybody, you know, because I was very angry with them, and I was not good. I was violent, a little bit aggressive. I know. I escribí cosas sobre su pija.
His dick.
What?
She wrote something about the dick of the producer.
Yes. But because I
Just
feel
what
so
you
bad.
do, no?
Yes, something that if I laugh about your dick,
Yeah, sure.
it's something that you don't going to do, no? But if you laugh about my mustache, you can laugh. What is this? No? That's violent. But I don't want to share this in the public thing. But, okay, I don't know, that's the game.
Yeah, but you can transform it to something positive. You know, it happens. But
Yes.
You will get positive response. You can network with other women, other feminists. You can create your own show, your own theater play. Your own,
And actually she does it. I wanted to get just a second into her very interesting show, but we don't have time left. But we have another question.
No, exactly in this direction I want to go, because you told that this is really male, yeah, the world of cinema. It's like everywhere, it's like that. It's not special in Argentina. It's really male. It's really white. It's like we have other narratives. My question is about which kind of movement, if we have some alternative movements that's like feminist, anti-racist, indigenous, that is creating other kind of alternative ways to produce image, to create other narratives, to concur for this, in this screen appear other images.
Well, I don't know I think that probably they are, for example, the Magdalenas, no? In theater. But when we went to the march in 2016, I feel that we are not going to have work, you know? We are going to get fired. Yes. We have to make productions ourselves, but we are the poor people. We are. So we don't have money.
Actually, Erica, yesterday there was a panel here about power shift, and it was 3 filmmakers from the industry, a producer, an actor who now produces the first German-speaking Disney series, and a writer. And these 3 people are people of color. And they talked about this power shift. So it was very interesting that, I mean, they said it's not a good situation, but we are here now, we're invited by a festival to talk about this, and we're actually producing something. So that was very inspiring and had a big link to the things you say, because the power shift is exactly what this is about. So if people, women start producing, then the narrative will change. If women don't produce, the narrative will stay patriarchic.
Yes, yes, yes. For that reason, I thank you. Thanks you so much for being here to the festival, to you, Fabian, because it's very hard to say these kind of things. We don't have too many places to share our struggles with another people that not feminist, you know. And I think that is something important, like in the same way that if you go vegan, probably you going to feel yourself better and your body are going to work better too. If you are feminist, you feel better with all the world. And you are going to have too many stories that never had tell. And for that reason, we have all the space to tell, to share our stories. We don't have history. We don't have literature. Comparative, no? In comparison with the man literature, is history, and all the things. So if you want to get us the spaces to share our stories, our it's a lot, you know, yo estoy cansada de las series que se tratan sobre asesinos seriales.
She's tired of the series who are about serial killers.
Yeah. About the jugadores de fútbol.
About football players.
O de detectives privados.
Private detectives.
No hay mujeres, parece, acompañando.
Company, they're not there.
¿Hace cuánto que estamos escuchando y viendo estas historias?
Since when are we listening and watching these stories?
Cuando veo algo así, pienso, déjame la cámara con ella.
When she sees that, she thinks, leave me the camera with her. I think that's wonderful to close it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Erica Rivas, for being here.